Welcome back to the show, everybody. What a difference a day makes. We got a lot to go over today. Let's start with this. Beware of storage scams. We're going to get into this. You need to read the fine print wherever you're holding your crypto. We're going to get into that. Very important. Bitrue and FlareNetworks are in the news, and it's nothing but good news. Wait till you hear that. ADA, Charles Hoskinson, and 100 new companies, and you won't believe where they're coming from. Or maybe you will. Is Bitcoin a distraction? I'll explain. And number 5, last but not least here, patent reveals Ripple's ODL can be used by banks, governments, and corporations. And I have a lot more for you to look at to support the whole notion. Here we go. Let's roll that beautiful intro.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow me on Twitter at BackupBradley above at the top of the screen and everything that we're talking about here today. And guys, make sure if you're not on Twitter, get on Twitter and do like I did. Don't even use it for social, communications. Just use it strictly as a crypto Twitter account. Just aggregate news. Follow me on there. Follow other YouTubers that are covering the space really well. And make sure you're getting the day-to-day as well as we go through this stuff on the channel. All right, now let's look at this. We are 43 cents. We're ranging right now with XRP between 42 and 44 cents. We'll keep an eye on it. A lot of the technical analysis people out here are saying that we are close to seeing a pop and we could hit $1. And then in the next coming couple months, maybe even 10 to 13 bucks. All right, so keeping that in mind, this is from Noel. Thank you for that. It's warning there's a WireX scam, apparently, WireX app. New terms, if you are holding crypto over 9 months with not making a transaction, they charge you a crypto storage fee of 0.003 BTC per day. $4,500 or $45 a month, whichever she's saying here, is a lot of money. And then Noel goes on to say here that they have wiped my friend's 6,300 XRP as of a month, as a 1 month storage fee. Wow. If this is true, I got to be honest, man, this is crazy, right? I mean, be careful, everybody. Look, there's a link for the description for Ledger Nano in my comment section. They ain't charging you nothing. You buy the product, you own it, and then there it is. That's how I like to do business. Anyway, thought this was an interesting fun fact here. The volume transactions in South Korean digital currency market briefly exceeded the daily average transaction amount of the country's stock market on Sunday. How about that one? Yeah, that's a good one. Wait till you find out what we're getting ready to get into here and everything after this. So this is Bitrue and FlareNetworks. And Bitrue is really saying they're announcing that they support the FlareNetworks as a data provider. And this is interesting. They're going to be doing price data fees and much, much more, I'm sure, for FlareNetworks. It's getting real, folks. That FlareNetworks is something else. This is another one from Michael Val. 5 links this morning. Shout out to you, Michael. The Bloomberg terminal has added Cardano, known as ADA, exposing the asset to a major swath of professional investors. This new news is major validation for the Ethereum competitor. Twitter user posted screenshots of that. So let me go ahead and get to the article. This here I did want to show. It does cost, like professional traders pay around $24,000 per year for the Bloomberg terminal. So it's a big deal, right? And will likely grant Cardano a great deal of exposure, obviously. It goes on to say at the bottom, there are some skeptics that say, however, there's been skepticism concerning Cardano's popularity. The network does not have any popular applications, which has left some investors wondering why it has been valued so highly. I want to add to this and then go on to the next piece of news here for Cardano. one, shout out to them because they have some good news we're about to discuss. Two, a lot of people have made mention, or at least a handful of people that I've spoke to, about the idea that because of the SEC Rippl case, that there's been quite a bit of volume moving into ADA as a hedge out of XRP for this period of time. Now, that's not trying to steal the thunder from Charles and the ADA project, because they have this to say. Hoskins revealed that over 100 companies are in the process of moving from Ethereum to Cardano. We've discussed this idea that, between Flare and between, Cardano, it's almost like a candle burning at both ends for Ethereum, it feels like. I mean, it's not financial advice here, but, there's a hurdle in front of Ethereum with the long road to hoe, as they say. So, again, the gas fees, even switching for Ethereum from proof of work to proof of stake, the gas fees, the scarcity of locking it up and staking the ETH. I don't know where it goes, but it is concerning to me. So, and I still like Ethereum, but all of these different assets, each one of them have their own hurdles, including Rippl XRP. And I think we've spent plenty enough time focusing on those. So, full disclosure is the best way to go. Looking here, they just go on to say here, Charles says, moving further, he speaks of his aspiration for the DeFi platform. He was of the opinion that his blockchain has the potential to outperform the market leader, Ethereum. He says, you can take your DeFi and you can run it on my system for 100 to 1,000th of the cost. Hoskinson, in an interview, is seen to be assertive of the largest DEX Uniswap and popular DApp CryptoKitties, equating them to pet rocks and beanie babies. I don't care about Uniswap, CryptoKitties, and other things. It's a bubble, and it comes and it goes like pet rocks and beanie babies. Hoskinson views a wide range of possibilities than just beating Ethereum. He believes DeFi platform could run whole nations on the blockchain, and I believe he's accurate about that. So, all right, looking here, Reserve Bank of Australia looks to tap blockchain for CBDC. Stay with me. We're getting ready to look at a patent that reveals Rippl and the ODL. It can be used by banks, governments, and corporations. So you're going to want that in just a second. Reserve Bank of Australia looks to tap for CBDC. And look, it is just showing us time and time again. I just showed that there was a move to pick up a currency platform by South Korea's central bank. And that is obviously a step to bringing and bridging the difference between the bank itself and offering CBDCs and digital assets there. So it's all coming together, right? We heard Jerome Powell even tell us a couple months ago that they will be engaging the public this year when it comes to a digital dollar. So looking at this, I wanted to make note of this. First of all, the original post here from Gold Telegraph says Poland's central bank wants to buy at least 100 tons of gold, worth some $5.5 billion at current prices over the coming years as it continues to expand its bullion reserves. This is from the governor of the central bank there. And I tweeted here, why, if I didn't know any better, you would think the elite are pushing Bitcoin while the government and central banks stockpile gold. I'm sure it's nothing. Listen, everything's been about Bitcoin, and I love it. I hold some Bitcoin. Again, I'm just willing to look at the pros and the cons of everything I hold. And this is one of them. And I have to ask myself, understanding that it's the first tech that showed us that this is even possible in the world, and I'm grateful for that. But the reality is I got to be concerned about the fact that proof of work doesn't work in a payment system structure. So now when everybody sees it as a digital store of gold, you have to wonder what's left. If a technology like XRP or a Cardano or something like that were to surpass Bitcoin because of its ability to bring utility to the market, then one would have to ask what would happen to Bitcoin when and if it gets flipped. And I do think it's a when, not an if. So that is the question. If you hold it, make sure you ask it, you find an answer you can live with. All right, here we go. This is a reminder from Big Skinny right here. Shout out to you, my friend. BIS meeting coming up in just a handful of days here. And look at the heavy hitters that are there. Jerome Powell, right? Jens Wiedmann from Deutsche Bank. We got Augustin Carstens from BIS. Mark Carney, formerly the governor of the Bank of England. Christine Lagarde, ECB. Brad Smith from Microsoft. And then we have Cecilia from Riksbank, Sir John Cunliffe from Bank of England, and John Roll, Governor, Central Bank of Bahamas, which already have, by the way, a CBDC. So the sand dollar. So that's pretty remarkable. So looking at this from Michael Val 5 links, he says he got this from Crypto Eddie. As of February 21st, over 400 banks are a part of RippleNet. However, according to the ODL patent, now assigned to Rippl Labs Incorporated, the system can transmit anything of value beyond currencies. Now that's what I want to get into, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this right here. Patent reveals Ripple's ODL can be used by banks, governments, and corporations. Ta-da! Yeah, not like we didn't know, but it's nice that you're now telling us. And that in itself is a sign we are headed in the right direction, lawsuit or not. And honestly, I think it supports the idea of why there is a lawsuit to begin with. Again, they need legal precedent on this asset, which I believe will help to define the entire digital asset space. I think XRP, by the way, is not just another digital asset, but a digital asset that will always be a part of the digital asset space. So, and the financial system. And looking here, they think so too. So it says here, and I want to give you this part right here. Yeah, Rippl Labs Incorporated, the developer of XRP Ledger on January 26, has received a patent for network computing system implementing on-demand liquidity and cross-medium transaction services. We'll get into that part in just a second. Records from the U.S. Patent Office shows, and we're going to look at that in just a second. Bear with me here. It goes on to say, specifically, part of the patent's abstracts describes the system as providing a guaranteed exchange rate. It can also manage customer pools, slippage balances in digital wallets to adjust digital currency transfer amounts to align them with the guaranteed exchange rate. ODL useful for banks, governments, corporations. ODL is Rippl Inc.'s creation that enables partnering banking financial service providers transfer funds cheaply and instantaneously across jurisdictions using the XRP token. Instantaneously across jurisdictions. That's a nice verbiage. I love it. ODL is a tool built with the current messaging system that is open source and is a part of the RippleNet suite. It says as of February 2021, over 400 banks are a part of RippleNet, which has grown since the last number we heard. However, according to ODL patent now assigned, the system can transmit anything of value beyond currencies. The XRP ledger enables real-time gross settlement of other digital currencies, stocks, bonds, securities, and much, much more. I'm telling you, but wait, that's not all. Yeah, and it's not all. We're going to look at it. Here's the patent itself and the verbiage they give you here. And ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this is massive news. If this isn't hitting you like a tidal wave, you might want to watch it again. A computing system can facilitate cross-medium transactions, and we're going to get into that right now. Cross-medium transactions through the use of digital currency. The computing system can provide a guaranteed exchange rate and manage customer pools and slippage balances, digital wallets. You get it where we're at there. But let's talk about this. You're getting ready to hear from 2019, I believe it was, Mr. Ahmed from PayPal, and listen to what he says.
Comment on that.
He's in a congressional hearing too, by the way.
I would just note that, for the kind of core banking architecture, I think there would probably be some changes needed in terms of the Federal Reserve System. But for, smaller valuation or smaller amount payments, I think you already are seeing some blockchain-based systems being created that enable the movement of money. So I think there are examples out there. We talk about XRP or others that kind of offer this.
There you have it. That's Mr. Ahmed acknowledging right now what we're finding out now is just really getting the all clear from the patent office, right? So that's pretty amazing. And then we have to remind ourselves of this, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, right? Which all the people out here have told us, hey, don't talk about those things. Those things are, yeah, well, all of this is starting to tie in now, isn't it? Now it's tying in with a granted patent. Yeah, walk that one off. This is page 38 of that Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. And page 38 does highlight here that companies, virtual currency companies such as Rippl, which offer both payment messaging platform to support cross-border money transfers, as well as proprietary virtual currency XRP, which can be used to affect those transfers, the settlement of those transfers. There you have it. That's pretty massive. And then why not one more reminder here while we're here? Gary Gensler, this says, if you could see it on the screen, top left, March 15th, 2021. Will they get the job done today, or will they kick the can down the road in true fashion as the government does? Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Let's hope today they go for it like the private sector. It's got a bottom line and they get it done, because we all need to get it done. And not just for us in our portfolios, right? We need to get it done because we all, I believe, if you've been in this space for any length of time, I believe you all really realize that, the real value is going to come from the back end, from the large, sophisticated financial institutions, albeit clearinghouses for stocks, bonds. You just saw it in the patent, or whether you're going to see it on the private ledger for the central banks, or any other myriad of customers and industries that will be using this technology to affect settlement. It is on its way. There is no stopping this, because they want it more than we need it. Or they need it more than we want it. That's the way to say it. And boy, do we want it pretty bad. So you know that they need it pretty bad too. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Leave a comment below and share with somebody you know. Don't forget that WireX scam. Make sure that you're not holding your crypto somewhere that they're going to charge you storage fee after 90 days. Protect yourself. Get a Ledger Nano. And make sure you sign up for the newsletter. We will be putting one out very soon. And I also have a podcast, and I do the worst job of telling people that I have a podcast. And you can actually go to the podcast. You can find that link either on my YouTube or on my Twitter in the profile section. So I'll catch all of you on the next one.